Hi guys and welcome to Matt Bayerski YouTube channel. I decided to do a video outside this morning, so I prepared everything because the stillness and the peace, it was absolutely beautiful. And I stepped out of the door, and as soon as I stepped out of the door, somebody switched on a machine which was louder than you could possibly imagine. So I gave myself a bit of a chuckle and then came back in, and I thought we'll do the video here. Yesterday was rather an interesting video, which really is pretty much in sync with my life. Since I started the spiritual journey, if anybody's read Diary of an Accidental Psychic, you'll know about the synchronicities, which of course you all know is Spirit's helping hand. And these synchronicities were really profound to me. Little things, but like yesterday, the little things. The topic that I chose yesterday when I was giving that talk had nothing to do with what was happening. I don't even know where I was going with that conversation. I thought I was going in another direction, and then when all the helicopter came, and then the hummingbird came, and then the red-tailed hawk flew over, you all had great thoughts and feelings. And just to clarify something, guys, I don't know if you know my teachings and my thoughts and my feelings about life, but wherever I am at any given moment is where I'm meant to be. And wherever I'm being taken to in this world is exactly where I'm going. Home is exactly where you feel at peace with. And if you are not at peace with yourself wherever you are, you're not truly home within yourself. You're not truly balanced. It is true to say that wherever we are at any given moment, if there is distractions, obstructions, challenges, do we run away from them or do we face them? It's a really deep question, and it's one that I've looked at for many years. One of the things that I don't know if you know about me is that when I was a young lad, I used to be into buying and selling all sorts of things. I realised that people were throwing things out of their houses that they didn't want. And I knew that if I took all the stuff that they didn't want, their rubbish, I could sell to a beautiful lady called Mrs. Singh, who had a shop at Marsh near where I lived. So I would knock on people's doors, and I actually think I was probably one of the first people to do this. I left a bin bag with them and said, if you've got anything that you don't want, can you put in here, and Saturday I'll come and pick it up. Well, I was doing so well that I was getting things and I was taking them up to Mrs. Singh. I was so busy going back and forth. I was making more money than probably 1 year's tips, 1 year's pocket money for all my friends in a week. So I learned that, I could see opportunity, and the opportunities were always around me. One thing I noticed about the shop I was going to sell all my goods to, Mrs. Singh, is I had an instinct. I knew something very special about that shop. I didn't know what it was, but I knew it felt like home. It felt like it belonged to me. And at 12 years old, when my mum passed, I became very independent, and I had to work for myself. I had to do my own cooking, my own ironing. I did everything for myself. And I basically became the guy that I am now. When I got to an age of owning my businesses and doing well, the opportunity came when Mrs. Singh phoned me and said, I'm selling my shop and I want you to have it. I ended up buying that shop. And at 12 years old, I knew it was going to be mine. Her son didn't really want her to sell it, and I'm not so sure he wanted me to buy it. He's a nice guy, but I think he didn't want to sell it. And he thought it was worth more, and she said, no, Mark's having it. I want Mark to have it. And I took over that business and turned it into a beautiful antique shop called Exhibit. The moral of the story of this one is that there was a point that my bank turned around and said, Mark, we can't lend you the money for the shop due to certain reasons. I could have hung my head and walked away and thought, oh my God, this is terrible. Why has this happened to me? And cried about it and walked away. I didn't. I got up and I made it happen. So I went back to the bank and said, tell me what I need to do. And they said, well, you need to find 15,000 more. So I don't know how I did it, but I managed it. I think I went to somebody else and asked them if they could lend me some money, and then they managed to lend me, so I got it and I bought the property. Did it make me any money? No, it didn't. It cost so much money. When I sold it some months ago, I didn't make anything. So it wasn't about making money. It isn't about profit. It isn't about being successful in money. But it's about knowing when to follow your truth and when to keep going. So for me, there are times in our life that we keep going because we know deep down that it's worth it, or that there's some pull towards doing it. And then there's sometimes when you know you need to say, you know what, that's the universe saying enough is enough, walk away. Now that, I think, is the most challenging thing for you and I to grasp. Which is it? And I've looked at this philosophy, this way of living for 13, 14, 15 years now. All I know is that, does it really truly matter whether you follow whichever path, whether you let it go or whether you go for it? Like me, did it make any difference when I ended up buying it? And today, no, it didn't. It made no difference. But it's a story, and it's a story that makes me happy that I at least said I did my best. I think doing your best is also very important to know that when you stop something and you walk away from it, that's equally as powerful. In fact, more so sometimes. Because we can push and push and push and push, and we can cause great suffering to ourselves and others around us. So one of my philosophies is, and that's just one, is that everything is as it should be. So if you head down a path and you really want a house and it falls through and you get upset and angry and sad, that is a great measuring stick to who you are and how you feel within yourself. If you simply say, well, you know what, it's fine because something else is better, something better is going to come along, and normally it does, right? And normally when you look back on a lot of things in life, that if you say you buy a house and you fall in love with it and then you start living in it, all of a sudden you start to see the cracks appear. I never saw that. Oh my God, I never saw that. Oh my God, the next door neighbours. And sometimes if you push so hard that you want something and you get it, sometimes it has that effect. And then you look back and think, oh my God, there were so many signs that was trying to stop me. So it is a very challenging understanding. But I always say this, I'm inspired in life to experience it, no matter challenging or simple, whether it flows or whether there's a battle or a warrior energy to keep going and to finally get to the top of that mountain. They are all equally as important. If we measure our life and our achievements by monetary value or by something happened because it was an easy flow, then I don't think we're truly living. I think we're just going for the easy option. Sometimes it's good to push. Sometimes it's good to get to that top of the mountain, but kneel it and then slip back down. Sometimes it's good to experience that. I felt the falling of my life. I felt everything falling down. Now I get back up, and once I get to the top of that mountain, which you always will do, all paths lead to the top of the mountain. All paths lead to the light of your challenges, test that you need to conquer. Then isn't it beautiful that you experience everything? Yes, it's heartbreaking when we feel the pain and suffering of our life and what we go through. But ask yourself this question: who are you if it wasn't for the pain and suffering that you've been through? How can you measure your true worth and your true power if you haven't experienced that? So I say this world isn't for a holiday. This world is to show how powerful you are, to show you what you can go through in life. So I leave you in this note, guys. The more difficult and challenging and hard and the more suffering and pain that you've been through tells me and everybody else in the spirit world how truly powerful and amazing you are, because you're still here. You're still right there after all what you've been through, after all these years, after all the knocks, after all the pain and suffering. You're still here, and you've got a long way to go. So you might as well be as happy as you can along this journey from today. You might as well turn it around and try and enjoy yourself at the same time. Like yesterday, did we not laugh? The most ridiculous things were happening, but did we not laugh? Did we not make a joke of what were happening? How many people would have switched that off and got angry and tried to find somewhere else to do a video? Make light of your life. Make light of all the crazy things around you. Laugh at it. Call it interesting. Call it what you want, but don't allow it to affect you and pull you down. So my life is happy wherever I go, and my home is wherever I am at any given moment. Whether it's Spain, Bali, here, or Timbuktu, I don't care. Wherever I lay my heart, that's my home. I hope this inspired you a little bit today, as it did me yesterday. We had such a laugh. I watched that video back, which I don't normally do. Oh my God, how funny was it? It's great when these things happen. I really thought it was funny, and that's because I made a decision never to stop a video no matter what happens. It is interesting. I'll leave you on this final note, guys, for anybody who wants to switch off, who doesn't like conspiracy theories or anything negative. Switch off now, okay? As soon as I start talking about something a little bit, okay. Right, can you hear that now? Yeah, well, yesterday when I switched the camera off, as I started walking down a path, a lady said, "Don't go any further." And I said, "Why not?" She said, "Something's happened down there which is a bit serious. There's police cars everywhere, and of course you can see the helicopter above." I went, "Yeah." She says, "Please don't go down there, just walk back." So I said, "Okay." Scruff bag. So I like walking back up, and as I'm walking back up, I see these two people in front of me coming towards me, and they were all wearing dark. They were in their mid-40s, 50s with a dog. And as I'm walking towards them, all of a sudden I look up, and from a distance, coming very fast and very low, was an aeroplane. And I thought, wow, that's a bit low. And as I looked at it, I thought, wow, that's not a chartered aeroplane flight, commercial flight. And I saw it and I thought that I've never seen anything like it. And all I can describe it is it looked like, do you remember the Concorde? It looked the shape of a Concorde. But as it was coming closer to the canyon, I could see two cylinders underneath it. And I knew instantly, oh my God. And as soon as I looked at it and I'm looking up, it kicked out this silver dust. It was just getting a little bit dark, so it wasn't light now. But I could see this dust being kicked out, this silver dust. And I went, and I'm looking up going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And the two people, they said, Jesus Christ, what the hell? And I said, yeah. And the girl said, I never believed that before. And we saw it, and it went all the way around the canyon and came back again and sprayed this dust. My answers were given to me there and then. That was the sign. That was the hawk. That was the helicopter. I believe geoengineering or spraying or whatever is here, and it's happening pretty bad. So I saw it firsthand, and so did this couple. And even she obviously never believed it until she saw what was happening. It was really frightening. And I sort of ran up, got into the car and drove off, and just thought, wow, that is a bit scary. Well, that's it really, guys. Everybody else has left who just wants to hear the beautiful, uplifting stuff. This is for you guys who want to try and change the world, who want to see and be part of the truth. You know, we need to see it to be able to change the world. So I share this little video with you, and somebody might take this and think, is he talking rubbish or was that truth? And then they look into it and see if it's true, if chemtrails are true, and why are they spraying and what are they doing and why are they trying to, you know, cover the earth and from the sun not being able to, you know, heal us and help us. The sun is the most powerful, beautiful energy of the world. It gives us life. Many years the ancients talked about the sun, the father sun, the real father sun, and the ancients worshipped the sun because it came and went from day to day. It risen, it came down every day, come back and forth, hello, goodbye, and we give thanks to it every day. We love it, and the darkness, the people who are in the darkness are trying to cover it now. Think about that, guys. Think about it. It isn't conspiracy. It's in your face. It's in my face. We know what's happening, but so many people believe anything. Global warming. Yes, there is issues in the world, but the world changes from year to 100 years to 200 years. In my hometown, we used to grow grapes. That's in West Yorkshire, hundreds of years ago. It's not global warming, in my humble opinion. It's just that the world changes from ice age to stone age to what age, and the earth is always changing. But some people are using this clever word, and then they're going to cause more damage to the planet. So we need to be aware of that. Don't let anybody steal the light of the sun, because if they cover that, we will be in complete darkness. And you know more than anybody else, there is something called SAD syndrome, and that is in countries where there is no sun or hardly any sun. You take away the sun, you take away vitamin D, and you will have a world in depression. You get a world in depression, and then you get a world of chaos. A world of chaos will be a world of separation. You get a world of separation, and you can easily run that world and manipulate that world to any agenda you want. The elite know this, and that's why they're doing it. Trust me, there is truth in this. It isn't crazy conspiracy theory, it is truth. Why would you let anybody take away your sun? Ask yourself that question. There is nothing wrong with the sun. The sun has done nothing wrong to you and I. So that's it, guys. Have a lovely day. That's the other part of me coming out. And I hope we can win the war against the darkness and these people who are really trying to make us ill and poorly. The pharmaceutical industry, all of these companies that try to poison us and spray us every day. We need to wake up, and I hope we are each day. Have a great day, guys. From my heart to yours, Merry Christmas once again. And thank you for subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'm wearing two beautiful crystals today, Moldavite and Tactite. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry that there's not many Moldavites on the website and Tactites anymore. We've nearly sold out. But I am working on a new beautiful collection. So hopefully very soon they'll be on the website, but it does take a while. I'm sorry, I do work with them individually, so they take a while. But thanks very much for trusting in me. Take care, guys. Bye.